about possibly throwing off the scent to the abductor or abductors that may have taken Nancy Guthrie. That's a good point. And that's something that I've heard, and people that I've been talking to have certainly floated that possibility as well, and that maybe Savannah Guthrie is putting it out, we need help, when actually law enforcement does have a lead, that they are moving in or possibly planning to move in. You know, we knew that in the Brian Kohlberger case, right? That's kind of a recent example. They had an idea, they knew it was him for about 11 days, and then they went in because they were concerned he was going to destroy evidence. So maybe we will end up seeing something similar. We just don't know at this point, you know, and that's okay. We understand law enforcement may not be releasing information to protect the integrity of the case, but there's also a lot of concerns about potential and possible missteps, not to dog on, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, but some of the things that we were just talking about. But as far as looking at some of the other locations, there's a lot of speculation about this sister's house.
And green drink. Don't
were there
forget your
Saturday
green
night
drink.
around the same time that Savannah Guthrie released that message over the weekend as well, taking photographs inside that house. A lot of speculation, what they were photographing, why did they take anything else? But that may have also been to exclude Annie Guthrie and her husband. It kind of gives
me vibes of balloon porn
as well. We just don't know. A lot of unanswered questions, but critically, is there any proof of life Nancy Guthrie is in fact still alive?
So the deadline is passed. Now what?
Some points, John Huddy. We appreciate
now
you
does
being
nothing
there.
happen?
Let us know if there are any breaking developments. We'll come back to you this hour. Thank you again.
Absolutely.
Apparently some manatees.
Joining me now for more on this, former FBI agent and Navy SEAL.
Apparently some manatees need rescued in Melbourne Beach.
To that report, I'm really curious for your thoughts on these latest developments on the renewed searches and
the she lives in Mexico.
Naming a crime scene at the family residence, at the mother's house.
Did she
what
get
are your
captured
thoughts
by
on them,
Mexicans?
giving everybody a heads up? There's going to be
did
more
her son-in-law kill her?
Tomorrow.
And does this ransom thing have absolutely nothing to do with it?
First of all, it's a different world than we live in when it comes to law enforcement, how things are investigated, because now it seems like it's
she's dead.
like social media.
I have to agree
like
with that.
Everything has to be
been,
reported.
What, 8 days?
And there used to be a distance between reporters and
medicine?
Police, and now, you know,
if she wasn't dead immediately, she's probably dead now.
The most forward thinking that they can do is how are we going to present this to the media? How are we going to put this online? I just think we need to get back to the basics when it comes to investigating, and I think media, they've done somewhat of a good job in this, not reporting all the details that they know about these letters, the ones that have received it. But I think, you know, if I was a reporter, I wouldn't be going up on the property, even when they release it, because this is a common thing now, is that these law enforcement agencies release these scenes way before what I would consider a secured investigation where all the evidence has been collected. So, but looking, you know, Rick, looking at what John was reporting and looking at how this has developed over the past week, I don't disagree with you about the ransom. Although I don't know if it would be, it could be a ruse, but it could also be just somebody who piggybacked on a crime and came up with a way to extort money from a family. And both of those seem like likely things, because right now, you know, cryptocurrency keeps the criminals somewhat anonymous. And at the same time, they can use AI, which we see every day on social media. We see people that aren't even in the videos. We see celebrities suing because their whole likeness and voice and everything is being used in commercials. So I think it's possible that if there was any proof that we don't really know, because the communication that these people set up is very, as the Italians would say, fugazi. It's very odd, the way that they've done it.
Yeah.
Why is everyone keep saying that it's odd, the way that they've done this? Like, if they were communicating directly, that would easily lead to who they are. Sending a ransom note and then just saying pay it or don't is probably the smarter way to do this, if any of this is even real. Assuming the ransom note is real and legit, and that's coming from someone who abducted her, which there's no proof of. Why would they want to open up a line of open communication? That would be dumb.
Would say, but we haven't dealt with something on this level in the United States. We can look at the statistics in Mexico and other third world type countries where these type of kidnappings happen all the time. They use Bitcoin now, but in those cases there is a proof of life. There's an overt communication, And it's not done anonymously, which this is done here. I mean, it's anonymous in the way that law enforcement can't just go and grab the kidnappers.
It's a good
but
point.
It's not done to this
there
extent.
There are thousands, tens of
thousands,
thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands
and so
of
I think,
missing people
there's
in the
a
United
difference
States
here.
right now.
And that's what leads me, because what it looks more like
gives a fuck
is that
about
she
the
was
rest of them.
abducted or she was killed and removed from that house.
You know how the news
and this is a
they get something
potentially
sensational
a scam,
and
which
they
we
beat
see
it
with
to death.
with individuals from India and Nigeria, tremendously these types of scams.
Yeah, well, Savannah Guthrie made a couple of videos. She sent one out over the weekend, sent another one out this morning. But she said that she was willing to pay and would pay the ransom. But as far as we know, there was no money paid. So what does that tell you? That they never got proof of life, so they weren't willing to pay unless they got some proof that she was still alive?
I mean, you know, I wouldn't have paid. I mean, if you don't know who you're paying and there's demands coming, I mean, the individual in California made a demand as well. That was fake. So if you don't know, the chances are that you could pay that money and they could just disappear. Remember, these are not moral criminals. These aren't people, if they did take her, there's no chance they'll return her even if you do pay. So if there's no proof of life and no direct communication, I would never pay that, because you're probably not going to see her alive anyway. So that's a hard way to look at it, but the reality is, you don't just throw $6 million to people who say, oh, yeah, I've done this, without any proof that there's going to be one way or the other an outcome that is provable.
Well, real quick, Jonathan, the Arizona Republic reports the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos, admitted his department should have kept the crime scene at Guthrie's home secure longer. Nanos also said he would have called in federal investigators sooner.
Wasn't
Do you
Kash
think the
Patel
current
supposed to go
situation
today
would be any different if those missteps didn't happen?
Well, of course. Look, I went through the NYPD homicide investigator course, probably one of the greatest courses I ever went through. And one of the first things we learn is contamination of the site, how to avoid that. First and foremost, the responding officers have to be very diligent in what they're doing. Same thing with other first responders. But releasing a crime scene, I mean, you're just contaminating the scene and also potentially destroying valuable evidence that you missed. I've heard
whole thing weird.
stories, in fact, where police didn't do a search. In the case of one child that was murdered, they didn't search the property enough. The person went to court and was
there was a kidnapping.
Found
I think
not
the ransom
guilty.
is unrelated.
And then
I think
the
that's
person
someone
bought the
taking
home and
advantage of
later
the
found a
situation.
videotape of the murder in one of the vents
Well,
from the air conditioning heating unit.
Corbusier.
So,
yeah, wow.
You know, these searches have to be diligent, and you cannot release the scene until you are sure that either you found the person or all of the evidence
this is
been
true.
Exhausted.
I'm early, you're late.
Jonathan Gilliam, we appreciate your time. Of course, we'll continue to follow the story, and if there are developments this hour, we'll come back and let you know. Thank you, Jonathan.
You got it, Rick. Thank you.
Stroman, I don't know if they will behead the hostage
Turning now
or not.
to the investigation into the Epstein files. Ghislaine Maxwell refused to answer questions today during a virtual appearance before the House Oversight Committee.
Why would Ghislaine refuse to answer questions?
It comes on the heels of a
she's in life for
Jeffrey
prison,
Epstein's
right?
activities and the government's
she's in prison for life,
of the
right?
Epstein files. With more on this
get out
story, here's our congressional correspondent.
Pretty sure she's in
Killenny
prison for
Dukla.
life, right?
Like looking into the eyes of a monster. That's how Democratic Congressman James Walkinshaw described Ghislaine Maxwell, who appeared virtually before the House Oversight Committee from a federal prison in Texas.
So most of
Maxwell,
the rest of her
who's
life,
serving
probably.
a 20-year prison sentence for helping Jeffrey Epstein abuse underage girls, invoked her Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate herself, frustrating members on the panel who had hoped to learn the full scope of her schemes.
What we did not get
distraction from the Clintons?
were any substantive answers.
Are you saying the
to
Clintons
the
did
questions
this?
that were asked that would advance our investigation?
Did the
To
Clintons
help us
take
learn
Nancy?
who were the other men involved in these crimes.
Libertarian,
What we did get
hong, green, drink,
was
motherfucker.
another episode in her long-running campaign for clemency from President Trump. And President Trump could end that today.
Maxwell's denied the charges from federal prosecutors that she abused anyone. She was granted limited immunity by the Justice Department in exchange for her testimony, where she apparently didn't hold back. An attorney for Maxwell today said she would speak fully if President Trump granted her clemency and could testify
as
President
like the hair
Trump and former
Valentinius?
President Bill Clinton's innocence. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer weighing in.
We say the son-in-law worked for the Clintons. Is that true? I saw that somewhere.
She should be
I didn't follow up on it though. Is that true?
But we'll obviously.
Did Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law work for the Clintons? Because if so, then what the fuck?
Read
and
understood, then we'll go from there. I think it's great that the Department of Justice is
one of the most dangerous careers,
all the unredacted
or really
versions
anything in life,
documents.
Is to either work for or be friends with the Clintons.
Through upcoming testimony with Les Wexner, the former CEO of Victoria's Secret, who has significant ties to Epstein, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and Epstein's former accountant and attorney. For now, members on the panel are reviewing those unredacted files at the DOJ in the hopes of learning more. Back to you.
Kimberly, thank you. Up next on the 11th Hour Report,
President
Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
reverse of
are
the
set to meet
boys
this
from
week
Brazil
to discuss Iran. A foreign policy expert weighs in on those talks as tensions continue to rise between Washington and Tehran. We'll be
Trump
right back.
Meeting Netanyahu. Great. Again, members of Congress speak on House floor about what?
Autism Center designation and deploying
autism.
Electric vehicles. New federal investments enabled by the bipartisan infrastructure law allow TARTA to modernize its fleet, add zero-emission buses and charging infrastructure, strengthen safety, training, and create good-paying local jobs. This year, we honor the drivers, mechanics, planners, and riders who make the system thrive. May the next generation yield more affordable, safer, accessible, and better connected transportation for Northwest Ohio. Let's salute TARTA at 55.
Let's salute TARTA.
I yield back.
So they're saluting the Tards and fighting the Autists? This can't end well. Oh, Congress. Hoosier TARTA needs more short buses? Maybe.
Action of hospital staff and first responders, every patient and staff member was safely evacuated and relocated. Many to nearby hospitals, including regional hospitals,
Congress has taken aside
General, Geisinger CMC, and Geisinger Wyoming Valley. What could have been a devastating crisis instead showed the best of northeastern Pennsylvania. First responders and hospital teams from across the region stayed calm, worked together, and made sure every patient was safe. Our team monitored the situation from the district and our congressional office throughout the night, staying in constant contact with the White House, CMS, hospital leadership, state officials, and local responders to make sure everyone had the support they needed. As Lehigh Valley Dixon City begins to recover, our office will continue working alongside hospital leadership and local partners, providing any help needed to get the facility back on its feet. This is what NEPA does. We look out for our neighbors and we take care of one another. I yield back.
For what purposes the gentleman from North Carolina seek recognition?
Gentlemen, the Civil War won't be along racial or political lines this time.
Without objection, the gentleman
is
recognized
for 1 minute. The Tards versus the Honest.
Mr. Speaker,
Eastern
North Carolinians deserve a thriving economy
where
hard work is truly rewarded. Sadly, too many residents face rising costs, housing, healthcare, and everyday essentials. However, I believe we can change this situation. By investing in local businesses, we can create good-paying jobs. Picture, if you would,
what's up with this manatee rescue in Florida?
Where no one has to choose between paying their rent or mortgage and buying groceries. Imagine a future where healthcare is accessible and where our seniors can live with dignity. No matter our political affiliations, we must come together to strengthen Eastern North Carolina's economy. We must advocate for policies that support sustainable jobs and growth. It's time to reclaim our future. I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Indiana seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I seek unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, this August, Washington will hear a sound we know well in
Indiana. What up, young Sneed?
the roar of IndyCar engines.
Chief,
the Freedom 250 Grand Prix will bring IndyCar to our nation's capital as we mark 250.
Okay, this is new, at least new to me, from Pima County Sheriff's Department about 35 minutes ago. Investigators have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to Nancy Guthrie. Anyone who so they have nothing. They literally have nothing. I agree with this person. Release the ransom notes, release the surveillance footage of the gas station. Do something other than say you have nothing. Remember the Brown shooter? As soon as they released everything to the public figured it out. The FBI is fucking useless. The Pima County Sheriff's Department is fucking useless. Why not see if anyone else is smarter than them? Scumdog! Honorable member! Appreciate you re-upping your membership over on YouTube. So just tuned in. So a tarded manatee in a drain? Apparently. I'm just hearing the news on this manatee. No word yet whether he's on the tard side or the autist side. I don't know if you know, there's going to be a civil war between the retarded people and the autistic people. It's coming soon. Coming soon in America.
Really, you should be deported. There are some people who I think are apparently for unlimited amnesty or no immigration laws at all, who say we should only be deporting people who have broken the law. Obviously, that would mean that if the only law you've broken is coming here in the first place, probably 98 or 99% of the 8 million people left here under Joe Biden would be able to stay. I implore ICE to deport people who are illegally. If they want to single out somebody in addition to the worst and the worst on criminal behavior, they can go after people who are getting public benefits, which is also illegal.
If they're smart, they'll hang back and just choose the winning side.
But in any event, we should enforce our laws. Thank you.
Under the Speaker's announced policy of January 3rd, 2025, the gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Clyburn, is recognized for 60 minutes as the designee of the minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include any extraneous material on the subject of this special order.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I rise tonight to join with my colleagues in the Congressional Black Caucus to pay homage to the black men and women of our armed forces whose service and sacrifices have far too often gone unrecognized and underappreciated. And to make matters worse, they have often been denied their proper
it's the 100th anniversary of Black History
benefits as veterans who proudly served our nation. There has been no war or conflict in which this country has been involved that blacks did not participate. The men and women we are honoring tonight as we commemorate the 100th year of celebrating Black history made memorable and consequential contributions to the greatness of this country. And it should not be insulting to any red-blooded American to hear about them and to read about them and learn about them in the same manner that we learn about others whose contributions were similar, but their skin color made them more worthy. When we hear stories of the American Revolution, we don't often hear of Crispus Attucks, a black man who became the first casualty of the American Revolution when he was the first of 5 colonists shot and killed on March 5th, 1770, in what became known as the Boston Massacre. His murder stirred the revolutionary fervor that America's fight for its liberation from the British. So why is it that all of us were taught about the Boston Tea Party, but nothing about the Boston Massacre? The life of Crispus Attucks is far less documented than his death. Crispus Attucks escaped from slavery in Framingham, Massachusetts,
we have 19
in
more days of this
1750,
shit.
and spent 2 decades on trading ships and whaling vessels. His death continues to serve as a reminder that African Americans took an active role in the path to American independence, not a passive one. The poet John Boyle O'Reilly celebrated Attucks as, and I quote, the first to defy, the first to die. In his 1994 book, Why We Can't Wait, Martin Luther King Jr. pays homage to Attucks for his courage and defining role in the American Revolution. Why don't our textbooks? In his 1881 autobiography,
Hey, Horace,
Life
the first
and Times
rioter
of
shot
Frederick
on
Douglass,
American soil.
Douglass wrote, I urge every man who could enlist to get an eagle on his button, a musket on his shoulder, the Star-Spangled Banner over his head, and there is no power on earth which can deny that he has earned the right to citizenship in the United States. Douglass believed the Civil War offered the black soldier an opportunity to gain his stripes, but he could not convince his friend, Abraham Lincoln, to allow blacks to serve. But in August 1862, a formerly enslaved black man from South Carolina came here to Washington and convinced Lincoln to allow blacks to serve History records that 170,000 blacks joined the Union Army and 19,000 joined the Union Navy, and 40,000 died in that war.
Okay.
Robert Smalls, who convinced Abraham Lincoln to allow these freedmen to serve, became a captain in that Navy, participated in 18 battles, and was the only genuine hero.
Something going on up here.
Just telling her, get off the property, don't come back. Stay off my property. She started going through her property on the woods. She's telling her, get off my property. If you come back on the property, I will call police.
Big happenings.
In what textbook do we find that? I would say very few, if any. World War II.
36 minutes past the deadline.
Saw the service of many
of the
African Americans
ransom letter
who never
or the ransom letter of the supposed
got their
kidnapping
just
of
due
Nancy Guthrie.
in or out of the military.
According to TMZ, no Bitcoin has been sent to the Bitcoin address.
Both of
that was
them,
in the note that they received.
William and Charlie, served in World War I.
Nothing has happened.
And every time I tried to engage them in conversations about their experiences in that war, they never, ever would discuss them. They made it very clear to me that the treatment they got, both in that war and when they came back home, made them wonder what they were fighting for. World War II, much of the same. If I were to mention tonight Montford Point Marines,
Stroman, right? Just like all
I would suspect very few, if any, in this hall would recognize.
Is it a legit ransom letter or just an opportunist who sent the letter after the news broke? I kind of think it's the second one there.
Marines.
However, according to TMZ,
Black Marines.
In the letter they mentioned some things like where her Apple Watch was in the house, and maybe one other thing that turned out to be correct. So, I don't know. But was it like on her fucking nightstand? Because that's where I would guess. The Apple Watch is on the nightstand. That's how you know I have her. Was I right? I was right.
And I'm pleased that this body, in its wisdom, saw it fitting and proper to give
Stroman, worth a shot.
The Congressional Gold Medal to those Montford Point Marines in such a way, I would think, was offering an apology for the way they were treated.
You're listening in live on the House floor. Lawmakers talking about a range of topics, also about Black History Month. We are monitoring a few live events that are happening right now. In Florida, you can see that crews are working to rescue a manatee that's stuck in a storm drain in Melbourne Beach. We've been watching this process. They say it doesn't appear that the manatee is hurt, but of course they won't know the health condition until they can get it out of that storm drain.
Manatee.
So we're watching that, and we'll bring you any updates we have on that rescue mission underway to save this manatee from that storm drain. We are also awaiting possibly a press conference from police in Maryland on a school shooting. We're also following the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie, now in its 9th day.
Some
we'll have
people
the
are saying
latest
coyotes
updates on that for you when we come back after this short break.
Right?
Stay with us.
There's any correlation between what you're preaching and...
And this is a lot for Tucson people. They're not used to this.
They're not used to this?
No. It's a small, regardless of it looking like a city, it's a very small town.
Yeah, we got chopped.
This is a lot for Tucson people.
I don't know.
Hold
Probably
on.
News.
I've been to Tucson. Tucson people are weird.
Military chopper. We got a military chopper.
Desert folk are kind of a different breed.
We got a military chopper.
And they live in fucking mountain time. What's up with that?
It's the first time I've seen a chopper around here. Let me look on Flight Radar 20. What is it?
They've been around. I've seen them.
They have? What are they here for? Like, what do you think?
You look on Flight Radar, there's about 3
You do the same thing.
all over the place.
Yeah. I saw a bunch up that way, like circling a couple days ago. But there was also a missing person up there.
Were you recording
There's all sorts of different things.
during that?
That Flight Radar 24 is like...
I really don't want to be.
Scumdog Magnolia did it, part of an elaborate plot to lure JLR out to the desert.
No, you're okay.
Flight Radar 24 has a chopper. It is...
Dirk Diggler, Balloon Boy Hoax 2.0, perhaps.
It says Medtrain.
I don't think this one's going to end like that one did.
Unless that's not the same one.
I think she did.
The military planes and copters do maneuvers all day long too, so you never know. And they could have just done a flyby check-in.
Got the flashlight, folks.
Are you streaming?
I am. I'm on JLR Investigates. You'll probably see yourself later at timestamp.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, timestamp, I'll tell you the timestamp. Go check yourself out. Ain't no big deal. I pointed the camera at you two.
Great.
At probably, let me see, let's see. How long were you in? I would say it was probably 10 minutes. Or 10 hours and 10 minutes.
4-year-old Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie. We have this from Fox News on X. They say the final deadline in the alleged ransom note related to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie has passed without any proof of life or resolution. Earlier, Savannah Guthrie pleaded for the public's help in what she called an hour of desperation. Savannah Guthrie putting out a new video just a little while ago before that 5 p.m. deadline passed.
What was up with the video where she said she'd pay the ransom?
About 40 minutes ago, and that is when Savannah posted that video just a few hours before, asking the public to keep their eyes open and report anything they see to police. And this alleged ransom letter was sent last week to various media outlets, including TMZ. It had a first deadline of Thursday at 5 p.m., which changed the alleged abductor's demands. The second deadline was today, February 9th at 5 p.m. Arizona time, which has now passed. Now, 2 nights ago, Savannah and her siblings, Annie and Cameron, also shared a different video
should have went full
to pay
ransom and offered the money as a
$6 million
bounty
ransom demand, hoping to bring their mother home. And then Savannah posting a new video today as we approached that deadline at 5 p.m. We want to play that out for you now. This is Savannah Guthrie right before that deadline passed.
Dirk's son-in-law is in Italy, is he?
I wanted to come on and
apparently the son-in-law hasn't been seen since like Thursday. I heard that somewhere earlier. That's kind of weird, right?
Enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt, because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers, and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there.
Corbusier, she hadn't attended church in years.
We need your help.
So who called and said she wasn't there? Is that true?
Law enforcement is working.
I heard the fact that church had called,
trying to bring her home.
You know, someone to say she didn't show up to church, and that's how
she was taken, and we don't know where.
If she hasn't been to church in years, that is weird, right?
So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson.
Did they call every Sunday for years?
Hear anything?
Say she hadn't showed up
at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
That was the latest video posted by Savannah Guthrie before the 5 p.m. deadline, which has now passed. That was the second deadline outlined in these alleged ransom notes. And we also have new info from the FBI as well as the Pima County Sheriff. This is from a Fox 10 reporter on X. They say the FBI sending a statement after the deadline for the second alleged ransom note, saying in part, quote, the FBI is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and suspected kidnappers. Also, no suspects or persons of interest identified in the case just yet. And we also have an update from the Pima County Sheriff's Office. They say there are no press briefings scheduled at this time regarding Nancy Guthrie. Should a significant development occur, a press conference will be called and the media will be notified. We will be watching if there is another press conference now that the second deadline has passed. The Pima County Sheriff's Office also saying investigators have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to Nancy Guthrie. Anyone who believes they have information that could assist investigators is asked to contact 1-800-CALL-FBI
she's buried next to a cactus
call the
somewhere.
Pima County Sheriff's Department.
There's a lot of desert out there.
Line. And Savannah Guthrie in that video
you get outside
that we
of
just
Tucson
showed you,
and it's
also
nothing but
pleading
desert
to the public to
basically
share
forever.
any information they might have that could lead
She's
to
in that
her
desert,
mother,
they'll never find
who
her.
has been missing now for 9 days. So this is a crucial time in this investigation. Again, we have just passed the second deadline that was outlined in that ransom demand. We don't know exactly what that entails, but that was at 5 p.m. Arizona time tonight. We will bring you any updates we get in this case as we continue to watch in the search for Nancy
now that it's passed and they're not paying it, why not publish the ransom letters? Weren't there 2 letters? There were 2 letters sent. One to TMZ, and then another letter sent to multiple news agencies. Valentinius, all those cameras everywhere and nobody saw nothing? Yeah, there were multiple cameras on Nancy's own house that apparently don't record. Uh-huh. She didn't pay the cloud subscription fee or something. Uh-huh.
Day of the deadline.
Jay, and they were signed to the Zodiac. The Zodiac is back? Oh, shit. Valentinius, yeah, but businesses, other houses, dash cams. No, you're right. There's cameras. It's 2026. You can't leave the house without being recorded immediately on 100 fucking cameras.
¿Vas al baño?
No, él se fue. Cuando venga yo voy.
I'm in my own house. I've got a camera recording me right now. It's crazy.
Pero nosotros tenemos que
Hey, Harris, he's as much of a suspect as anyone at this point.
Sí.
Pretty much everyone's a
No, la
suspect.
señora viene y me grita.
Starting to think you did it.
Ellos me graban. Ya sé, no sé dónde los ve, porque la señora literal se ve. A nosotros también estábamos ayer con esta Sara de AC Central, no sé si tú no que hablas español, ¿conoces? Ahí estábamos sentados porque era el único lugar con sombrita y pasó en su carro y dice, hey, get out of my property. Y nosotros, oh.
Yo me parqué por allá. Había muchos carros. O el día que fuimos allá. Y se dejan.
A todos. Fue el día que cerraron, yo creo. Oh, están escuchando.
Bonus. Ted Cruz is still alive, so the Zodiac is in play.
Sorry. Y ella no estaba, y entonces todos como estábamos aquí en la llegaron y nos salimos y se rodearon la casa y después sí.
TPUSA hosts alternative halftime show. TMZ put out a poll asking who had the better halftime show. And after almost 33,000 votes, 84% said Kid Rock, so they deleted the poll. Didn't get what they wanted to hear, so they deleted the poll. Bonus, what is this? The Bad Bunny concert? Yeah, the lady speaking Spanish.
Weather service.
Named it Peck didn't play, no care. That's pretty much how I felt about the Super Bowl last night. Libertarian, they're just focusing on the fact that the Super Bowl halftime had more viewers because it gives them the answer they want. Yeah, I've heard that so many times today. Well, the Super Bowl halftime had bigger numbers. No shit! What? Yeah. Simultaneously, there's a sheriff helicopter flying around again.
An adult manatee. It doesn't show any signs of a cold stress or any health concerns, but they won't know the overall health condition until they're able to get that manatee out. So crews seem to be making a little bit of progress on that rescue attempt. We're going to keep watching that for you. For now, let's take you out back live to the House floor. Lawmakers speaking right now.
Oh, great. Back to
Black
History Month.
And domestic.
Brought to you by Congress.
Today, 350,000 black men and women serve in the United States military, and there are over 2.4 million black veterans.
2.4.
Many of whom still
one of them was not English.
The GI Bill benefits that they deserve, and this body is still refusing to honor legislation that would give them what they deserve. And Mr. Speaker, I want to thank
Mystery Man Hong has come to the U.S. I think it's been here a minute.
In this special
but it's on full display currently.
I yield to her now to continue this discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Clyburn. Mr. Speaker, it is a great honor for me to rise today to co-anchor.
Hey, we blew up another vessel. Where was this one? Okay, somewhere in the Eastern Pacific. Boom!
People on an issue of deep importance to our caucus, to the House.
I don't know why this is going viral again. Man soaks in Burger King sink same day he quits his job. Absolutely disgusting behavior. This video is from like 2008. I remember seeing this in like the mid to late 2000s.
We're all getting fired, man. We're all getting fired, man.
But Gen Z discovered it, posted it on TikTok. It's going viral again. And the boomers think it's new. Fucking Gen Z and boomers don't know shit about shit, man.
Black legacy. I think about when we talk about how black servicemen and women stood on the shoulders. I think about our leader, Yvette Clarke, who stands on the shoulders of her constituents in Brooklyn, New York. I think about Yvette Clarke, who stands on her mother's shoulders, someone, a pioneer, and someone who understood what we need to do to preserve our black history.
Wait till they hear about the Burger King
And so I ask you to listen carefully.
That'll be next week.
As this powerful
They've
black
done it again at Burger King.
comes to us and presents why we are here.
That was
because
Burger
she
King,
leads
right?
us
Or was it Wendy's?
as we honor Black legacy, Black founders, and we honor the legacy that she will leave. And let us listen to the stories of Black military service.
I don't know. All it said was well-known
stories
routes,
too often
well-known narco-trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific.
Mr. Speaker, it is my great honor to ask my leader, my friend, the Honorable Yvette Clarke.
Good evening. I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, proudly representing New York's 9th Congressional District, located in Brooklyn, New York. I want to thank my colleagues, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, a real champion for the people of Ohio, and Congressman Jim Clyburn, leadership
only 5 months until Pride Month,
co-anchoring this Congressional Black Caucus Special Order Hour. Mr. Speaker, I rise tonight with my colleagues of the Congressional Black Caucus.
It's 4 months. It's really like 3.5 months.
Commemorate the centennial of Black History Month and to reflect on the innumerable contributions to our country that Black Americans have made throughout our nation's history. Black History Month offers our community a time to celebrate our hidden figures and impactful heroes, including our Black veterans and service members. Today, we honor the generations of Black veterans whose courage, advocacy, sacrifice, and patriotism have moved our country and world forward. Since our nation's founding, our military has relied on Black Americans to answer the call to serve. Quite frankly, prior to our founding, from the Revolutionary War and Crispus Attucks to Harriet Tubman, spy, scout, nurse, and cook for the Union Army during the Civil War. From the Tuskegee Airmen, the valiant and courageous Red Tails, to the brilliant and extraordinary 688. Black women and men have always been on the front lines, standing for the values that make our nation great. With such a storied legacy of service to our nation, it is unfortunate that racially discriminatory practices have for too long obstructed Black veterans from equally accessing veterans' benefits like housing, education, and health care. From the denial of the GI Bill benefits, effectively shutting nearly 1.2 million Black veterans out of its promise. Decades of discrimination have produced profound and lasting economic consequences for Black service members and their families. Today, Black veterans account for nearly a third of our nation's unhoused veteran population, and Black veterans are nearly 2 times as likely to live in poverty. These years of discriminatory practices against our nation's Black veterans have only been compounded by the administration's recent actions.
Lynn, we're watching Black History Month in Congress.
From eliminating
equitable
practices that benefit our diverse military leadership to creating a hostile environment that Black veterans have warned will deter a diverse population of prospective service members, to removing evidence of the historical impacts of Black service women and men. This administration is committed to further marginalizing our nation's heroes. It is important that we never forget the unique history and contribution of our nation's Black veterans. As the conscience of the Congress, the Congressional Black Caucus refuses to allow the sacrifices of these patriotic Americans, Black Americans, to go unnoticed or to be erased. We will never be able to fully repay our veterans given the sacrifices they've made to our country. But as a Congress, it is our responsibility to make sure we do all we can to ensure that they have what they need when they return home. I want to thank my colleagues of the Congressional Black Caucus for their commitment to supporting our nation's veterans and for recognizing the role that Black veterans play in American history, and to this very day within our U.S. military. With that, I yield back to the gentleman from South Carolina.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for your comments this
There's
evening.
no
Thank
one
you so
there.
much for your leadership of the Congressional Black Caucus, and thank you for allowing me to co-chair this special hour with our friend, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty. And I would like to yield to Joyce now because I think she has a few historical notations that I think all of our viewers and listeners will benefit from hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Clyburn. Tonight we stand here, and while we talk about the celebration of Black history and Black military men and women, we want to remind everyone that Black history is American history. And I am sure when Carter G. Woodson was thinking about Black history 100 years ago, I know he was not intending it to be only for 1 month, but for us to kick it off, I'd like to say, in February and continue it for the rest of the year. Tonight, we're reminded that Black military history is not a footnote, it is foundational. From the Revolutionary War to today's all-volunteer force, Black service members have defended this nation with courage, with discipline and sacrifice, even when this nation did not fully defend them in return. Their service helped win wars. Their leadership strengthened our institutions. Their resilience expanded the promise of American democracy. So as we observe Black History Month, let us commit not only to remembering this history, but to protecting it, teaching it, and honoring those who continue to serve today. Because the strength of our military and the strength of our democracy depend on truth, inclusion, and the respect of those who have carried the burden of service. Black Americans have served in the United States military since the Revolutionary War, with over 350,000 currently serving on active duty.
We wanted to bring you some of that commentary from lawmakers on the House floor, but we have an interview happening on the scene of where that manatee is trapped inside of a storm drain. This is in Melbourne Beach, Florida. Right. Let's take you live out to that scene.
We think it went up the storm drain looking for warmer water during that cold snap. And so we know it's alive. We know that if it needs help, if we can get it out safely, they will take it to SeaWorld. If not, we'll release it. But this is the touchy part right now as we're excavating what is called a baffle box. It's trapped in a baffle box in our stormwater drainage system. And this is the tricky part. So I think, any positive thoughts your viewers have, they should.
Yes, we're all more concerned about this manatee than Black History Month.
So what they want to do is they lift the top off this baffle box, and then they'll be able to access this room in there. And all these rescue workers will go in and save the manatee.
One thing that we learned in
speaking
with manatee.
I'm down for manatee.
So what they want to do is they lift the top off
from
this
here on out,
baffle box, and then they'll be able to access this room
even has
in there, and then all these rescue workers will go in and save the manatee.
One thing that we learned in speaking with you about an hour ago is that surveyors found the manatee. They were out here doing other work. It was serendipitous.
Very serendipitous. So we in Melbourne Beach are redoing our stormwater drainage systems, and we had some surveyors out looking at our baffle boxes and our drainage, and they just happened upon this trapped manatee. So if they hadn't been doing that work, this manatee would have probably not
Notice her Tim Wall's wife is stuck
overly
down
optimistic, but this is the moment of truth here where they're going to lift the top off. So it's exciting. Hopefully they're going to be able to do this. It's very touchy work. I did want to thank everybody in our community who's helped. You know, the county has been very helpful. Our town fire department, our police, our public works, our county works, our county commissioners, everyone has come out, our town commission, everyone has come out to help, and it's moving right now. Oh my gosh, this is lifting off. This is the moment of truth.
It's happening.
This is where,
it's happening, guys.
Oh my gosh, this is great. It's not breaking. It's going to give us access to the.
How many other manatees maybe
stuck in other? This is it.
That's a good point.
It's lifting off. Oh.
It's lifting off
this is
like
the
it's
moment
a
we've been waiting
fucking
for.
rocket.
It was very important.
We have
that
lift
the
off.
concrete top of the baffle box did not collapse, and it did not. So this is excellent. This is excellent. So we're right at the moment. They're going to be able to get in there and rescue this animal.
Are the rescue
nice,
workers right now?
Oh, the
manatee.
The manatee. Everyone can see the manatee at this point.
Good job, Fractal.
They can all see the manatee.
Showman, where's Geraldo?
Workers out here. We've got state workers. We've got federal workers out here. Federal wildlife, Florida wildlife. Everybody's out here. We've got veterinarians on the scene. We've got so many people helping this manatee. So I think everyone's positive thoughts are working. So keep them going.
Are we able to move just a tad closer, just to get a little bit of a better
how
look?
is this
because
not
Brevard County firefighters are right now getting into the baffle boxes.
This is better than
go
the
as
Super
far
Bowl.
as
100%.
the vice mayor will allow us.
I didn't get this excited one time during the Super Bowl
a live interview, and he just took a look, and you saw 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, and that's a sigh of relief for you. I see it on your face.
That's the moment of truth. That's what's going to make the difference. All these workers deserve a lot of applause because this was a touch and go kind of situation, and they really made it happen in a very, very short period of time. And to see so many people working so cohesively, this is what teamwork's about.
But is the manatee climbing the ladder? They're just going to put the ladder down. The manatee's going to climb up.
6:30 is when the firefighter first
Manatee's
went down
like,
there.
fuck, they found
and
me.
Then they brought
I was
him out
hiding
a few
in
minutes
here.
later, and then within
He
the
owes
next
another
10,
manatee
15
some
minutes
money.
is when they started cutting up that road. So we're at a little more than an hour. So it is very quick work indeed. And you see all of the first responders that are here to help out this poor manatee that has been stuck here for what we believe is almost a week and a half at this point since the cold snap.
I can't know. We can't know that for certain. But again, it's serendipitous that the manatee was found, and it's just a testament to good old American ingenuity, getting in there and getting it out.
So what comes next?
The next step is this. They're going to be getting this sling ready, and we're going to have to get that sling around there, and they're going to have to lift it out. So
that's behind the camera from the vantage point that we have, and they were just out here with a measuring tape to measure this mat and then compare it with the measurement of the manatee
at least
inside.
America can still rescue a manatee.
That storm
only
drain.
in Florida, though.
So they're going to have to get that sling down there, get it around the animal, and then they're going to have to hoist. They're going to bring in a hoist. You see this,
I have it from
this
a
big
source
tow truck.
close to
They're going to have to hoist it out.
Is extremely racist.
The veterinarians
Hold on, guys. This just in. The manatee said the N-word in 2008.
If it's healthy enough to be released.
Leave them down there.
I think all of us are suspecting that it's going to need to go for rehabilitation at SeaWorld.
And just how big of an undertaking this is, that tow truck that has been brought here
apparently Melbourne Beach is a big manatee
lift this manatee that normally handles big rigs and 18-wheelers. So that tells you just how big of a project this is.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, it's again a testament to everyone helping out, and all the county workers, all the town workers, all the state workers, even federal agents are here to help the manatee. So it's amazing. It's an amazing community coming together.
They need to break out the obese stretcher for the manatee.
I'm so excited that we were able to lift that off without harming the creature. So next steps is I think we're going to be the proof of the pudding.
What's bigger, this manatee or that woman that they needed the obese stretcher for?
That piece of equipment that they just brought out, that's also what the firefighter took in about an hour and a half ago.
So what is that? That was to protect the manatee. If any, like I said, if they lifted that concrete lid off it, if it collapsed at all or broke up and hit the manatee, it might harm the manatee. So that was put in there as a safety barrier, but it didn't matter because they did not break the lid. The lid did not collapse, so they were able to get that out without any damage.
Wonderful.
So that was just put in there as a safety precaution.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you see the 2 ladders that the firefighters have.
We're going to be bringing this
they're going to be telling us to move.
Yeah.
So,
All right, thank you guys
this has
so much.
been fantastic.
Yeah.
This is one step closer to getting this manatee out, Vice Mayor. We thank you very much. They are moving us back beyond the tape. It was the Vice Mayor who graciously allowed us to get in close while we were doing an interview. Getting a look at it, and they'll probably want us to move further back, so I'll finish up here just within the next 30 seconds or so. But you heard it from the Vice Mayor that piece of equipment they had on top of the Manatee just to protect it when they were cutting up that road. That's something that I suspected a little over an hour ago, and so they're going to get underneath this Manatee, put it on a mat, hoist it up, and then get it the help that it needs. But you saw the double thumbs up from the Vice Mayor.
My chat name. Yeah, it did that like, I don't know, what, a month and a half ago for
the next good news that we have is that it will be rehabilitated back to full health. But for now, we'll send it back to you live. Lisa, they're moving us out.
Just fascinating, phenomenal work by those crews out
does
there.
It for
Manny,
some channels
thank you
and
so
not
much
others.
for bringing us that live update from the Vice Mayor.
All right, we were just listening into Fox 35 in Orlando, live on the scene in Melbourne Beach, where crews are working to rescue a manatee that is stuck in the storm drain there. We watched as they're making some pretty good progress there. They were able to get the top lid of that storm drain off, now working to get down in there and get that manatee to safety, likely heading to rehabilitation after they're able to get it out. We'll keep watching that for you. We'll bring you any updates or live views that we get back. Right now, let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back with more.
What's happening up here?
A week and a half ago, you know?
Yeah. You know, like, what do you think? Like,
I mean,
are you guys scared to be here? You think somebody's going to connect you guys, or
it's just been.
Yeah,
it's hard to like. It's hard to believe.
Real scared.
Just because. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but. I mean, just all of the cars, it's weird to just see, like, the neighborhood so packed, especially on the street, you know?
A normally quiet neighborhood?
It's normally really quiet, yeah. I mean, there's usually some animals at night, like coyotes and stuff.
You hear the coyotes?
Every now and then, but it's not like an every night type of thing.
What else is out here at night? Like, what other type of animals are around? Coyotes?
Javelinas. Every now and then you see some Gila monsters, too.
Really? What are they?
You don't know Gila monsters?
No, I'm from Florida, man.
Oh, really? It's these orange and black little, like, lizard kind of things.
Yeah, they're poisonous. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right. Like, how about coyotes or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of coyotes.
Catch 6 the cows.
I live a couple streets down, and there's a lot of coyotes on my street. So.
Florida woman was arrested for wrestling a manatee in a bikini at a public park.
Are you feeling like somebody's gonna,
Why was a manatee wearing a bikini?
I mean, I've been pretty calm, but I could see why a lot of people would be pretty scared.
Is there any video of this?
That's
video confirmation of Florida woman
seen so much activity
wrestling a manatee
I mean, I've seen
in a
block
bikini.
parties and stuff.
Block parties? They have block parties around here?
Every now and then, but that's nothing compared to this.
Nothing. Do you want everyone just to go away?
I mean,
or are you just curious to see what's up?
I'm curious to see what's up. I mean,
because I saw you guys just hanging out, looking and taking, standing around.
I don't know if you were up there or whatnot, but
I mean, it's a street. Like, I'm sure you can go everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
How your parents feel about the situation? You guys talk about it?
My mom's kind of confused.
Was the manatee hiding from this woman?
My mom, or the middle school and elementary school, the Savannah Guthrie that she went to, that's where I went. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went there, or you still go there?
No, we're in high school now.
Okay.
She went to a different high school, I think. So.
What school was that? That Savannah?
Orange Grove Middle School, just down the street, actually, right there.
It's really right around the street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, anything you guys want to add? Say anything? Share something nobody knows, something about the neighborhood. Is there crime in this neighborhood?
I don't think there's ever been crime. I mean, my friend was telling me a few years ago that someone got like a DUI in the neighborhood. They drove into a wash. But
they drove into a wash?
That's what.
Well, these roads are windy. They're pretty. They're pretty windy.
But the kid that told me that you can't trust everything he says.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, be safe. Lock your doors. You got 21,000 watching, guys. So go check it out.
Austin has never had a cortisol spike on
about 10 hours and 45 minutes in, we'll be out here. If you ever want to come out and share some new information.
I don't have emotions.
Okay, has authorities been to your house?
I lost all my emotions 25 years ago.
They were at your friend's house?
Yeah, he was
due to
life. Right over there.
So on this street?
He lives, I forgot what street it's called, but he lives, you take a left down the street.
Take a left?
Yeah, you take a left.
So you go out and take a left?
Yeah, you go out and take a left.
And who came to the house?
The manatee and the woman
I don't know,
had
he just
some
said he's got people knocking on his doors and stuff. And then my other friend...
Notice these kids didn't look at him.
I don't know.
They are quite
like
giggly.
And then my other friend, he lives right over there. And he said it's been crazy. So
what, like crazy what? Like
he's just said there's been
the Jesus
like
CIA removed emotions.
All the
Jay Davis in a boating accident. I almost said in a boating accident.
Wow. All right, guys, be safe.
Yeah,
you
you
play
too.
football, baseball. What position you play?
I'm first base.
First base.
I play center field.
Nice. You guys, how's your records? Good.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Team.
Roll cons.
Roll cons. Be safe, guys.
Back to Black History Month on the floor of Congress.
Thank you. All right.
It doesn't take anything away from a child sitting in the class.
And we have more video of them rescuing the manatee in Florida. Looks like they've got
about
straps.
The contributions.
They've got straps
learn
out.
About Chapter James. How can that be an insult? It's no insult to my children to learn about Jimmy Doolittle. So why is it an insult?
Dr. Doolittle.
To learn about Chapter James. Why?
I mean, he was black, but
is it
I think
okay
he was fiction.
For everybody to enjoy the baseball skills of Jackie Robinson? And that's all right to put in the books. His contributions to sports. But before Jackie Robinson ever set foot on Ebbets Field, he was in the military.
Florgon, the woman was in a bikini, not the manatee. We
honorably
know, Florgon, we know.
In the United States military. And
it's a
that's
joke.
Been recognized
never mind.
by our military
Brother
institutions.
Tucci, this is also Jerky Month. It is?
So why would this...
Man, I love jerky. I don't know why jerky prices are up like 3,000% in the last 6 years, but man, do I love some jerky.
Archives. It's okay.
Manatee was in a mankini.
For him to be a baseball player. It's okay for him to entertain. But not okay.
Named it, you can't strap a manatee. It ruins the steaks when you cook
him for his military skills. That to me, I don't quite understand. I don't understand why it is that we let all these contributions of entertainers be celebrated.
History, man. They started using
We're
Epstein's
just hearing
jerky
from
supply.
lawmakers on the House floor, but we are seeing that police press conference in Maryland giving an update on a high school shooting. Let's take you out there live right now.
Where the victim remains in stable condition at this hour. Rockville City Police detectives with our partner agencies are continuing this investigation. This is a very active and ongoing investigation at this time. We're collaborating with the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office regarding charges that are forthcoming in today's
You are
incident.
what you eat, Austin.
With that,
A
I'll
jerk.
turn it over to Assistant Chief McBain, who will talk more about our coordinated response.
Thank you, Chief. So as the Chief indicated, we responded to Wooten High School this afternoon for a shooting in progress.
Interrupted again.
Montgomery County officers
They
from
leave the Black
the
History
First
Month
District,
any chance
along
they
with
get.
Rockville City Police
Anything.
Department and
Everything
Montgomery
is more
County Sheriff's
interesting.
Department all responded. Additionally, Montgomery County officers from adjoining districts responded as well when the call went out. Officers began creating incident action teams, immediate action teams, and started pushing their way into the school in an attempt to find the shooter and/or victim. And as Chief West indicated, we located the one victim and extricated him from the school, preparing him for transport to a local area hospital.
Shadow banned again, Austin.
While that was going on,
When was I ever unshadowed?
Montgomery County Police Emergency Services Division SWAT team officers were responding to the school, arrived to the school, and began a methodical and slow search of the school for any additional suspects and any other victims in the school. That search took a considerable amount of time, but we worked with our partner agencies. We worked with Montgomery County Public School and their security team, and we effectively and safely cleared the school of any other suspects in the school. We're continuing to search the school for any additional evidence, and we continue to work this scene with our partners at Rockville City. I want to thank the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. I believe that we had approximately 7 canine dogs that responded to the school to conduct searches, and it was just an incredible partnership and coordinated effort to keep the students safe and to effectively get them out of the school safely and reunited with their parents. I'm going to turn it over now to Dr. Thomas Taylor with Montgomery County Public Schools.
Thank you, Chief. And I want to apologize to members of the media that were waiting out here in the cold. I'm sorry that you had to wait, but we had to prioritize student safety and get our students reunited with their parents. That was the priority this afternoon after today's incident. And today is a heartbreaking and deeply unsettling day for our entire community. The kids and our staff are emotionally exhausted and understandably traumatized by today's events. We understand that news like this creates an immediate fear and leaves many unanswered questions, because every kid deserves to come to a safe learning environment and a safe school community. Our hearts and full support are with every student and staff member and family affected by today's events. As soon as this incident occurred and was identified, we immediately initiated a school lockdown and alerted emergency services. Law enforcement and emergency responders were able to be on scene within minutes. I would like to extend my special thanks to the City of Rockville Police Department, Montgomery County Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, City of Rockville and Montgomery County government, emergency services who have been on scene and supportive. They are the model of collaboration and support through today and have helped us in this process. We have emotional supports that are in place for our students and staff for the remainder of the week and beyond as we navigate through this difficult time. Thank you so much, and I'll turn this back to Chief to take questions.
For Dr. Taylor, actually, you mentioned this is a traumatizing time for families and for everybody involved. Why did it take now 6 hours and almost 10 minutes
I would
to
say
get
that
in front of cameras?
And has turned, a little more jovial from the concern, but that's not to say that the concern has gone away, because there is still a tricky process that needs to be done, which is getting this Manatee up and out of this storm drain. And so that is the next step, Marlisa.
Manatee is requesting a call girl. This is now like a hostage situation, negotiation. I'll come down, I'll come out. You gotta send 6 million in Bitcoin.
Okay. Lexi, you can move closer. I won't be in front of the camera. Yeah. Because they're getting that mad in there now.
How are they gonna get that thing under the Manatee? Don't put your camera over there. What are you doing?
Okay.
One job. One job, my guy.
No clue. It's soon though.
Susie, not to brag, but I swam with the manatees in Crystal River. Sure sounds like a brag to me. It's pretty cool. Do you know this manatee? Strowman, are the cops gonna shoot it for resisting?
Hey, Sally.
Onus. Manatees are like sea orangutans, super chill and hard to make mad.
So when's my next live hit where I'm speaking?
What? How does chat know so much about manatees? Strowman says, where did you stay when you went to swim with the manatees?
Okay. I'll let you know.
My chat is somehow manatee experts. Clippy, we're all autistic. Well, that's good. I now know what side you'll be on in the coming Civil War. If you missed the beginning of the stream, apparently there's going to be a civil war between the Tards and the Autists. Susie says, Crystal River, Florida. It's beautiful. Where's Crystal River? What part of Florida is that in? Literally, I type in Crystal River and it says Florida manatees. That's the top.
Couldn't remember where I saw that firefighter. It was the crane collapse. That's where I saw him. I said I've seen that guy before.
All right. So, a little bit above Tampa there, between Tampa and halfway between Tampa and Gainesville. Cool, cool. These pictures do look very pretty.
This is an all-right spot, but technically, if they're going to take the thing that way...
Strowman, manatees are just waiting for the mothership to come back for them.
37%, 57 minutes.
Young Sneed, what about the schizos? Yeah, I don't know. The schizos can pick whatever side they want. They might switch sides halfway through.
30 seconds away, less than.
Hoosier, the marine life autistic humble bragging in here tonight is wild. Patriots, so there are manatees living under the roads we drive on. Never knew it. Onus, Hong meetup, we all swim with the manatees. I didn't know you guys were so interested in manatees.
Okay.
I'll start bringing up more manatees every stream. If that's what you guys like.
Okay. It's a tow job like no other for these guys. How many times in your life are you going to tow a manatee? I know, right?
Jay, so now I have this and Morlocks to be terrified of. Great.
Just stand and speak.
Bucky, Austin Nature Zone. Fractal, manatees aren't real, they're government drones. Chuchi, manatees are behind most conspiracies. I never knew. Manatees are laying low until they get the call. Oh, God. Showman, they're repossessing this manatee? Florida woman arrested on charge she rode Manatee. This is back in November of 2012. And of course, Florida. A St. Petersburger woman has been charged with violating Florida law by riding a manatee. Ana Gloria Garcia Gutierrez. It's the most Florida woman name I've ever heard. 53 was arrested on a misdemeanor warrant Saturday on the charge of violating Florida's Manatee Sanctuary Act. Deputies say she was photographed riding the manatee at Fort DeSoto Park in September.
Yeah.
On October 2nd, Sheriff Bob Galtieri held a press conference asking for the public's help identifying the woman. Here's a picture of the woman.
Save the system.
She's not as hot as this girl.
Mercy, Lord. 1 minute. All right. Well, the truck is backing in, so hopefully.
Thank you, Jeef, for digging this up. Nice. Parliamanatee?
Is that drilling work? Where do you hear that? Okay.
Bonus, these people are milking it. They'll be the very few to be able to touch a manatee and not go to jail.
Then I can't see what you're showing.
That's true. Are they violating that Florida Act right now by touching this manatee?
15 seconds. Stand by.
Here's the video of the woman riding the manatee.
Made international news, and now this woman is charged with riding a manatee. Why her family believes authorities went too far.
Charles, if riding a manatee is a crime, I should be
And good
in
evening, I'm
prison.
Wendy Ryan. Thanks for joining us. The family of a St. Pete woman says they cannot understand why deputies arrested her, especially at her work. Ana Gutierrez admitted she did not know that touching manatees in Florida is illegal. Still, as our Serena Fazan reports, authorities say they had no choice but to charge her.
Once it gets out.
Family members of Ana Gutierrez say the 53-year-old is so distraught and embarrassed she doesn't want to come home. This weekend, during her shift as a cleaning lady at a St. Petersburg Sears, a Pinellas Patrol deputy walked in to arrest her. Sheriff Bob Galtieri says it was by the book, and the deputy just did his job.
I mean, this happens all the time, and whether it's misdemeanors for driving with suspended driver's licenses or misdemeanor batteries, or in this case, the manatee violation, there's a lot of misdemeanor warrants out there, so they are served.
The loved ones of Gutierrez, who only speak Spanish, say Gutierrez turned herself in to authorities back in October after someone upset over seeing her riding a manatee contacted the sheriff's office, and this photo was released to the media. They question if authorities went too far, since it's only a misdemeanor.
He didn't arrest her inside the store. He didn't handcuff her inside the store. He was very low-key and just asked her to step outside.
Gutierrez's family says they are from Cuba. She recently moved here and is used to an environment of close contact with animals. She had no idea she was breaking the law. Still, Florida Fish and Wildlife Officer Beryl Martin says that's no excuse.
Unfortunately, ignorance is not an exception for the law.
Both Gualtieri and Martin say they have never seen anyone prosecuted under this rarely used law, the Florida Manatee Sanctuary Act. But they say that's because it's difficult to catch the culprits. These photos make a clear-cut case.
I think that this is a unique situation, but it's not unique that it happens, unfortunately. It's unique that we were able to put a case together. So this is the first time that I know that this particular law has been used by us.
It's very unusual and rare for us to either have a video or for pictures to be located of someone harassing the manatee, as well as the amount of people that complained, that initiated the complaint to the sheriff's office.
Now, we tried contacting the state attorney's office. The prosecutor on this case did return our call, but then went into meetings and was not available to discuss why the decision was made. If found guilty, Gutierrez faces a possible fine and maybe even jail.
Canals here in Melbourne Beach, so that tells you the kind of distance that this manatee would have gone through, traversed inside this very
dark storm.
It seems Nancy Guthrie is still alive. That is at least what Savannah Guthrie seems to be telegraphing in her latest Instagram post. She says she, meaning Nancy, is feeling these...
Shut up, Levin from TMZ.
For flood relief that the town is now working on, because neighbors tell us that this area has an issue.
And I'm working on a manatee
and
emoji.
They were the ones that found
for
a
honorable
manatee
members
down stuck in the storm drain, and that has led to Brevard County firefighters, the FWC, these tow truck operators, town leadership, all out here, as well as an entire community, an entire neighborhood. We are on one side of the street with a pretty decent view, but there are other people lined up looking at them. They are standing elevated to get a good look at the scene, standing on, looks like along fence lines, just to get a good look at what is happening. And then there are some people that you see them, we're showing them to you right now. They're on the other side of the street, just trying to catch a glimpse of what it is that we have been looking at for the past
Honest though, there's no proof of life. That's
again,
fucking,
Marlisa,
what's his name, Levin from TMZ.
From FWC
just making shit up based off of
that
Savannah's last Instagram
Manatee
post.
is alive. They say that it is a girl, and that she may need to go to SeaWorld for rehabilitation once they check her out, but they say that they probably will be sending her to SeaWorld for rehab, just because it's been more than a week that she has been down here in this storm drain, Marlisa. Yeah. Of course. Thank you. How long is a little bit? Okay. They're coming back at the 45, so I don't have time. Oh, they're going in anyway.
Going in.
Maybe not yet. Once they get this lower in there and strapped, yes. Which maybe you may have to dump out of this story. Maybe. They're getting it strapped here in a moment. 30%, 45 minutes. It's going to be close. Okay. Looks like they're strapping it. Looks like they're strapping the mat. Yes, I will say. Yes, I will say. And you might need to stay. I don't know if you can go to break now. Oh, right now they're looking at the power lines. Oh, that could be... Okay. Can you see the power line if you pan up? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, yeah, and then I'll talk. Yeah, that's fine. About 30 seconds left in this package. All right, stand by.
Hang on. Gotta remove the background. We're about to have a manatee emoji.
All right, stand by. Yeah, Marlisa, they are moving the arm in of the tow truck to then strap it up to the blue mat that is right now underneath the Manatee. The tow truck, the head of the tow truck operation is right now talking with one of the firefighters because they might have just run into.
All right, yeah, I'll change the title
maybe
as well
initially
then.
Not realized, and that is that there are power lines directly above the arm of the
Manatee stuck in storm drain in Florida.
Can't really go too high.
Much more important than
without
missing
hitting those
Nancy
power lines.
Guthrie.
That may complicate some of this rescue. You'll see some of the first responders are right now looking up at those power lines and assessing this latest part of the puzzle. But it looked like, from what I can see, and it's blocked by the first responders, but it looks like they have, I'm gonna crouch down and see, it looks like they have the blue mat strapped right now to, yes, they do. I can see that. It's right now, it's strapped. So they're just about ready to start lifting. Once they figure out what it is that they can do with these power lines above, it seems as though they will start lifting. Marlisa?
Stroman, so what are you in for? Man, I touched a manatee. What? Florida woman selling chicken tenders shaped like manatee for $5,000. Florida people love their manatees.
Tampa, one woman is asking the question, how much do you think a chicken nugget is worth? For her, the answer is $5,000. And it's all because she says it is shaped like a manatee. Melinda Disbro says she posted it in the antiques and collectibles section of the Facebook marketplace as a joke after finding it in her lunch. But this morning, it has thousands of views and the offers are coming in.
But I have had offers, money offers, anywhere from the $5,000, which is the asking price, to $10,000.
Which one?
Hey, Melinda says she hopes the buzz this is making brings attention to real-life manatees and the need to protect them.
Something Boebert. Boebert's pissed, leaving the DOJ reading room after viewing unredacted Epstein files.
Congresswoman, are you among the members who got to see the unredacted files today?
Yes, I saw some of them, not all of them, obviously. And I'll be going back tomorrow to see more.
Any reaction on what you've seen so far?
I think that there's folks who are definitely implicated and co-conspirators. And, I don't think everyone there that was talking about underage girls being trafficked are victims.
Got it. And do you support any clemency for Ghislaine Maxwell? She was saying that she
I do not. Okay. I think Ghislaine Maxwell should get more time, and she should definitely be in a harsher prison than what she's in. It's absolutely disgusting.
Got it. Thank you, Congresswoman. Congresswoman, are you among the members who got to see the unredacted file?
We're very low on power, so the camera will not be moving if you come back to me, but I can keep talking. Okay. They're readjusting. The power lines must be in the way. They got to move the truck. I think they're going to move the big fire truck and then park the tow truck where the fire truck is to then move it out that way.
Oh, no face. Oh, the dynamite with the whale. Yes, yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yes, but the camera will not be moving. Again, Lexi's going to go get another battery. Okay.
Lynn, how's the pitch doing? I tried to look for the pitch drop live feed, I don't know, a month or two ago, and it wasn't there. They took the live stream down for some reason.
Okay.
Very quick evaluation, but really the goal is going to be to get that animal into a truck. We will put thermal blankets on it to try to warm it up, and then
nice.
it's you know, as quick as and safely as we can get it to SeaWorld to get it to their animal care staff and veterinarians to assess it. You know, the drive time shouldn't be too bad. So I mean, it's probably not a very long drive for that animal, but yeah, it'll be a very quick situation. So, you know, you're mentioning the dangers. You know, there's just, you know, people also need to realize there's a lot of danger to people too in these situations. It's confined space. We spent a lot of time this afternoon working with the fire department and the city discussing how we were going to handle this and what the best way forward, because there's a lot of concern of going down that manhole and then having, for instance, firefighters down there with kind of a trapped adult animal. They do roll around and they are very strong animals. So, you know, we had to kind of come up with a game plan, and I think the decision was the safest for everybody and for the Manatee was to cut a access point, you know, above it, and then work on stretching it out.
Incredible. Just a lot of moving parts and people working together, as the Vice Mayor said earlier in the hour. Andy Garrett of FWC, we certainly appreciate your time. Thanks so much for adding a little more perspective here to the situation.
No. Thanks for everyone's support. We really appreciate it. These are great team efforts.
Okay,
you know, it's amazing what can be done very quickly to help these animals.
It really is. And you can see we're taking a live image here of the scene. We want to go ahead and get right back out to Manny Martinez, who has been live on the scene for us for the past few hours. So, Manny, give us an update of where we are in the process of recovering this manatee now.
So remember, Marlisa, I told you about the power lines that are right above where they are trying to rescue this manatee. They ultimately determine, and you're seeing it now, that tow truck is going to be moving. The fire truck that you see on the right side of your screen, they're probably going to have to maybe move that out of the way in a little bit just to get the tow truck on the other side to get a better angle for the tow truck's arm so that when it goes up, it does not hit that power line. So that will change the timing of this rescue for sure. It seemed as though it was imminent, and you'll see that the blue mat, or you can't see it, but I can see that the firefighters are still down there and the first responders are still down there with the manatee, taking care of it and tending to it as they work to readjust their rescue. But again, this manatee's been down there for probably more than a week at this point, officials suspect, given the cold snap of a week ago from Sunday. So they're trying as best they can, as
anyone ever had manatee
as
jerky?
they can to
I hear it's
get
jerky
this out,
month.
but they also want to make sure that it's safe for the manatees, safe for the first responders, safe for the tow truck operators, that they don't run into any sort of trouble, because that would just be adding insult to injury to this poor manatee, whose health condition we don't yet know, but we do know, at least at the moment, that it is alive, and should it need rehabilitation, Marlisa, they'll likely send it over to SeaWorld to get the help that it needs.
Yeah, and Manny, mentioning the help that Manatee's going to need, we just spoke with Andy Garrett of FWC,
Sure, man,
and
I can't
he
wait for
believes
the
that
Netflix series
the Manatee
of
will
this.
not have to spend a very long time of rehabilitation once it makes it to SeaWorld, but obviously we have to get to that point, which is going to take just a little bit.
Wait, is something happening down here? Or is he just sheriff just going inside?
Sheriff is patrolling the property.
Chelsea, too soon, Austin, too soon.
What's all that
Chief,
about?
Austin, did you hear about the mentions of jerky in the Epstein files? Is that what you're joking about? I did not hear about the mention of jerky in the Epstein files. Earlier in the stream, someone said it was jerky month. I don't know if they were telling the truth, so we talked about jerky for a second. They were saying jerky month is better than Black History Month.
Checking.
I find no credible evidence that it's jerky month.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you.
June 12th is National Jerky Day. So Jerky Day is actually during Gay Pride Month, not Black History Month, for those wondering.
Thank you, Jen K.
It's Manatee Month now.
7285. Very grateful. Thank you.
Tucci, I figured you were kidding about Jerky Month. But, you know.
Thank you, everyone. Look, he's coming back.
Jay, I can use jerky slurs, but not black slurs. Seems unfair.
Is this what they're talking about? Property searches?
Tucci, for legal purposes, everything I say and chat says is definitely a joke. Every stream, every time.
Thank you.
Dirge, enjoy your meat sticks during Pride Month. Now, why'd you have to go and ruin jerky for us, Dirge? Jerky Gay Month? They planned it.
He's patrolling the property.
Sneed, yeah, the Epstein files were talking about some weird-ass jerky lingo, like they were eating the people.
I think it like jumped away. Oh no.
Doing rounds. But look how dark it is at night. Shows you like even with a flashlight, just imagine the kidnapper here at night like this. That's crazy. Like from the road you wouldn't even see it really, right? Let's see him come back. It's her home at night. Now watch the flashlight. Look. Here he comes.
Yes, yes, right. Kidnapper. Sure.
Yeah. I don't like it. It's right here.
Hey, why won't they let us see the manatee? You have to pay the ransom.
You turn the flashlight
There's
off.
a midnight deadline to pay a $6 million ransom, or they kill the manatee.
There he is.
You're gonna have to send it to this Bitcoin address. Hang on, give me a second. Otis, kidnapper, does he mean those way too helpful kids? Right, there was something off about those kids earlier.
That's creepy, man. Isn't that crazy?
In a bad spot. Jay, that's called SeaWorld tickets, Austin.
What are you guys looking at?
Hey, we could go to SeaWorld for the weekend with that money, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Susie, does Savannah really have 6 million? That's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, estimates say she's worth 40 to 50 million.
Get off the road, guy. We gotta get him off the road. He wants to get hit. Get off the road. You won't get hit. Anyway, to save his life. Good job.
Her salary is reported as 8 million per year.
Good job, Ed. Save the scorpion. CNN, Ed Levendero.
So,
You
yeah,
just
she's
saved
got
the
6
scorpion.
million.
Good job. Get him off the road. Good job.
Honestly, that means her net worth seems low. She's making 8 million a year.
I don't know. I don't like to see bugs or anything get ran over. I'm one of those guys that will try to save a turtle, try to save anything that crosses over. Thank you, Maya. Thank you. This is the man.
Okay, back to the manatee.
That it is alive. Right now, the tow truck operator is ordering the guy who's controlling the pneumatic arm to move just a foot or so to the right, asking if he's ready. To the first responders.
Chunk of pots. Anybody remember when Ocean's Gate imploded and all the normies held out hope they'd find survivors?
They're probably learning as they go here
That's the
in
story
this
all over
situation as
again.
well. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that
Yeah,
they
I
had
remember
much
that.
experience, if any, towing an adult manatee out of a storm drain. I'll stay quiet here as we...
Yes, Lynn, that's her. Guthrie's also the woman that looked like a
breath, I see the
fucking
shadow
demon back in 2020.
starting to come up.
Demanding that Trump
I see the ends of the
denounce Q
Slowly coming up.
and Nazis
First responders are
back during the 2020
moving out
presidential
of the way
debate.
and moving farther back. You see the blue back there in between the legs. That mat is where they have the manatee. And the reason they're doing this so slowly is because they just want to be careful. This is a manatee that has been down here for...
Or maybe it was during an
at least a
interview. It
week.
was during an interview or something
Haven't seen
with Trump during the 2020 election.
the manatee yet in there. Looks maybe like they have it wrapped up. Yep, I see the bottom of it. So the manatee is in there and it is wrapped up, so we will not...
Wow, they have him. They've got the manatee.
The manatee itself, unless we can get a look at it. But we know that he is, or she is, I should say, inside. The bottom of this mat, you'll see it's wet. It was in a storm drain.
Oh, was it during the town hall?
They're moving it to the right to get a little closer to the truck, and that truck is still right now backing into position, that manatee rescue truck. So this is something that they want to do here quickly, but also carefully. But this is something that they've been working on for several hours. So this is such a relief for these crews that they've gotten to this point. You saw it live at the top of our show with the vice mayor, the relief that it was to get a concrete slab off the top of the compartment where the manatee was stuck without it breaking apart, because those are big and heavy pieces that would have no doubt done harm to this manatee. But from what we are seeing in this bag, you can see that it could not have been very large. This manatee, I can't say is anything more than, from what it looks like, 10 or 12 feet
Onus, we
long
need to name the
at
manatee
most.
for the character list.
But
Should
you
we
can
do
see
that?
just how heavy it is. And now the truck has opened.
All right, that's it. The manatee's going on the list.
Can you guys move?
Load up this.
Taking names, suggestions. Womanatee.
That has been down here for
We have
several hours, and now we
Womanatee.
have a clear shot.
It's
of it.
Manatee. Balky.
First
It's
responders have
Manatee.
moved.
I like that one. Charles, where is this? It's in Melbourne, Florida. What happened here? Did they end the stream? They get the manatee out and they end the stream just like that? It's a good shot to leave it on. Either that or the manatee fell and broke all the equipment. So it's Manatee. Whoa, Manatee. Humanity. That's a good one. Why didn't they interview the manatee? What the fuck, right? Manatee's dead and they don't want people to see it? Perhaps. And just George. Okay. Just George. These are your options. Starting the poll now. They literally ripped that feed away from us.
Up.
Monsters.
Hear it?
Senators discuss DHS funding ahead of looming shutdown. Oh, replay. What the hell? Is there nothing happening live anywhere? Boring ass Monday night. It's Manatee's running away with it.
So yeah, this is.
That is funny.
Here, I'm gonna plant the camera. I think I'm gonna sign off at the 12-hour mark, folks. Just get something to eat and then just be on standby. Maybe get some rest. If there is a search that happens out here or anything, I'll be back. If they do anything activity at any of the homes tonight, I'll be back.
Hey,
we have to strategically do this. We have to preserve our energy.
Yeah, I will change it to that spelling so that it's more clear.
Whoa, lights on! Look at that.
JLR's gonna get a nice manatee meatloaf.
I personally think this could be a
go to the hotel, relax,
search around these properties. Again, I will be here at least through the week. At least we can continue to stay if need be. To cover
ice
document.
protests take
So,
Mondays off.
We'll do our
I haven't
best live
seen many
streaming
ice
at these
protests
locations.
recently. I wouldn't pay too much attention this weekend.
If
Were
nothing
there
else
any
jumps
this weekend?
out tonight,
and I'm not counting like 10 people outside in Portland.
I will be
That
back
doesn't
first thing
count.
in the morning at this location. We'll start a stream early in the morning and we'll go from there.
Notice he never sleeps. He's always on standby.
I'll come a little bit early tomorrow morning. If not, I hope, if something is here, we'll
Chuck says it's union rules. ICE protest takes Mondays off.
If they're at any other location, we'll go check out.
I kind of want to try it.
Pretty much
all this talk of Manatee jerky.
There's some law enforcement activity somewhere, we're gonna know.
Patriots BG had some silly stuff earlier, did he?
I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for.
I gotta confess, I'm really over
watching the channel.
The ICE
thank you very much for
riots.
We're all in this together.
Very over.
Try to get answers on what happened at Nancy. Public awareness.
Very
the
important.
latest developments, the twists and turns, whatever's happening, we will follow the story and we'll stay with it. I'm going to stay around.
I think it's Manatee is going to be the winner here.
You never know what
for sure.
You're from Ireland, watching from Ireland. Rosa Leanne Jones. Praying that Miss Guthrie will be found safe.
Is this the first animal on the list? It might be. It might be.
But rather everyone else. She's pleading for help finding her mother as the search continues until
7 p.m. Watching from the UK.
As per rules of the stream, anytime someone is added to the list, we have to scroll through the list just to see it in all of its glory. The list of names over the years. I always like to pick one that I forgot about. Chattiator. Hoghorn. Exxon Face. I don't even remember that. Sideshow Bum. Blue Sky says manatees supposedly taste like delicious filet mignon, according to early explorers. Is that true? Blue Sky, what's 20 Foot Man? You don't remember 20 Foot Man? It was a dude early in the riots. Early in the early riots, he had a really tall camera pole, so he was like above the riots. So we just guessed that he had to be 20 feet tall.
And I reached out to the FBI after Savannah posted that latest video, and they tell us they're not aware of any ongoing communication between the Guthrie family and possible kidnappers. They tell us they also
named it. We should have time-stamped the nicknames, yeah. We should have added a picture of everyone next to the nicknames, too. There's a lot of things we should have done.
or anyone who provides information that leads to an arrest in this case. Anyone with information is asked to contact the FBI directly at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Live to Tucson, General number.
Chief, Tony Hawk down, yeah. Joe Knox, we never named an animal, but we definitely named a fence. Oh, for sure. Mike Fence. Good old Mike Fence. I would have to go through. I'm fairly certain we've never named an animal. Now, some could debate that some of the people we named are more like animals than people. It's an argument that could be had. However,
all right. So with that being said,
I want to cut it though, so maybe I should put it in because I'm not sure if I'm cutting
no face. Mike Pence did more for this country than Pence did. Sure, I agree.
search for her 84-year-old mother continues into a second week. 3, 2, 1. What we know about where this investigation stands.
Tucci, if you still have old copies of the riot streams, I have a lot of them. I definitely don't have all of them. It'd be fun to find all the name owners. I feel like that would take longer than I have left to live to go through all of that. Or I guess at least, I don't know, I guess I could get through it in 4 or 5 months if I dedicated my time to it.
You too.
Then things were lost in the bannings, for sure. For sure. Your Dark Matter said there were a bunch of hongings on Saturday, were there? What was I doing on Saturday? Missed that. I don't know.
Ahorita en la tarde y no le dije nada, se me pasó, creo que fue cuando fuimos a buscarla y después se me pasó. Pensé que cuando él estaba ahí se metiera en
All right, folks, I'm winding down. JLR Investigates. We're about 12 hours into the stream here. I'm going to go take a rest for a bit because nothing's really going on here. There's still a lot of people here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get something to eat, rest up a little bit. But if something is popping here,
the Manatee,
I will be back for sure, or Annie's house. If not, rest up, start bright and early. We'll be back to this location here. We'll go from there. We'll continue to stream, give you live updates, and continue to see the latest. We hope Nancy is found. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, everyone, for the support.
Do you hope she's found,
we're all in
though?
this together to get answers and find out the latest twists and turns and what's going on for sure. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We will not rest till Nancy is found. I am JLR Investigates. Y'all be safe out there. We'll talk soon. Thanks for watching. Till next time.
Valentinius, of course we named the naked chick that suddenly showed up for a photo shoot between the police lines and Antifa. I don't remember what we named her. I bet someone does, but yeah, we definitely named her. And we named the dude that tried to protect her. Remember? Remember he like ran in front of her? I don't remember what we named him either. Is there literally anything happening anywhere? Three people shot at a health center, Auburn, Washington. No, I don't think that's even live. Nate, we will not rest, but hey, we're going to go rest, so okay, bye. Sir Simps-a-Lot, Chief, I think that was it. Yeah, Sir Simps-a-Lot. There was definitely Simp in the name, which makes sense. I don't know, should we go through the list and try to find it? When would that have been? Anyone see anything like it? I think it'd be after Poussey, because that was June. So it would have been in July of 2020. Officer Neck. Yeah, I mean, definitely season 1, but Pole Blart Riot Cop? Arab Erics. You know what? I'm gonna import the list and do the search feature for the word simp. Sympathy McVeigh, that was it. That was it. Sympathy McVeigh, right there, yes. Because that same guy got caught throwing a bomb, like a makeshift bomb at the federal courthouse. But then what did we name the woman? Athena. Wasn't that just her? Wait, is Athena on here on the list? Dirge, I got that shirt. I only remember Pillow Shitter. How could you forget Pillow Shitter? All right. Find Athena. No, nothing with Athena. Naked? No. Nude? Nah, we would have been more clever than that. So Sympathy McVeigh is there. It would have been around that, right? Surely we named her, right? It wasn't Antifa Chow, no. See, there's Mike Fence. Manatee. Jay, would we just talked about Manatee for 90 minutes. That's true. Shuniqua. Karen Tifa, no. Notorious FAG. Surely, we had to have named her. Right? I don't know. I don't know, guys. It would have been around this time, I think. Like what you're seeing on screen. It would have been around here. But I don't know. I don't know. Clippy, Methany was a meth head from Dallas. I think she was a meth head from Austin, Texas, not Dallas, Texas. Pretty sure Methany was from Austin, Texas. Anyway, there's literally nothing happening, so I'm going to call it a night. Portland's Naked Athena speaks for the first time. Yeah, that's what the news called her, was Naked Athena. Portland's Naked Athena speaks for the first time to a local podcast. When's this from? Oh, July 26th? Lynn, do you remember the Ziploc bags of Sprite and Chaz? I do not remember the Ziploc bags full of Sprite and Chaz. Doesn't surprise me. But I do not recall that. Jay, have a good night, man. Maybe some tea, too. I actually was thinking about getting some tea earlier, and I don't even like tea. Weird that you say that. Very strange. Get the fuck out of my head J. Davis. Well, yeah, I knew it was July, Lynn, because it was during... As much as I drank that summer, I remember quite a lot. All right, we'll do a contexto. Of course, we'll end the night with a contexto. Didn't we do really well the last time we played contexto? Got it in 20-something? Let me pick a random one. Let me pick a rando. You're welcome, Chief. Thank you for joining us, as usual. All right, what are we starting with tonight? Manatee? I mean, it's got to be Manatee, right? Lunchbox is in here. Oof. Oof. Not great. Not a great start. So I don't think it's an animal. I don't think it's leather. Hey, leather's not bad. Chuck of Pots. Yeah, it always tells us the game number, and that's just today's game. So what I do... Oh, shit. Oops. Oops. Well, we're gonna have to try again. I didn't realize it was still on screen. My bad. Let's see what it is. Let me do the cheating. Game number 1124. The answer is shale. Holy shit, we got it in 3. Holy shit, guys, we got it in 3. I'm not sure. We might not have gotten shale for a while. I feel like this would have been... this might have been a hard one. All right. All right. Now I am for real going to hide the number. Fractal. I'm sad and Austin thinks we would cheat at Contexto. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know. All right. There we go. There we go. Now you guys don't know. Named it. I was going to say shale, not knowing the puzzle number. All right. Now we start with Manatee again. Maybe Manatee will be better this time. Who knows? It is better. It's not 23,000 whatever it is. All right, then leather was our next guess. Let's just play the same game we played last time before it got fucked up. Nate Darren, I cheat at marbles. All right, what's next? What after leather? Marble? Marble? No. Lighthouse? Okay, not bad. So is it a place? It is a plate! Holy shit! Place doesn't usually give us anything that high. The fuck do we go from place? Office? Sewer? A sewer is a place. Location? I mean... Not terrible. Forest building. So we're at a place in a building, possibly? Cabin? No, going the wrong way. Sewer, I mean, fuck it. Nah. Park. Hey, yo. Park is good. What about tree? No. So park? Beach? Spot. Just spot. I'm at the spot. I'm at the joint. So park. Park is 13. Land? No. Bench? Bench. No. Zoo? Home. Just if it's just home. Park at a place in a building at a location. Yeah, come on. Come on, guys. We're at a place, possibly a park, in a building. Gazebo. No, going backwards. Map. Map's not bad. Sidewalk. Okay, road. Not railroad. Road. Road is 3. Street. Street is 2. Road, street. Avenue, drive. Boardwalk. Driveway. Alley, right? Driveway. No. Oh my God. No. Avenue. I mean, okay. Avenue probably makes a bit more sense than driveway. Avenue's 4. Okay. Avenue, road, street. Lane. No. Okay. Boulevard. Alley? Alley! It was alley, Wichita. I should have done it earlier. Should have done it earlier. We got it in 26. We got it in 26. Mystery Man, this is how they're tracking down Nancy Guthrie kidnapper. Well, we're better at it than they are. Alley it was. Alley it was. Not too bad. Not too bad. We already know the ones around it. Alley, street, road, avenue. Shortcut? That's kind of downtown. Overpass, lane, highway, intersection. East? Why east? Why not west, north, south? That was puzzle 1160 for those of you keeping track. The rare quick contexto. That's true. Hey, we technically played 2 tonight. Remember when I got it in 3 earlier? That was pretty good. I feel like that was pretty good. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace out. Goodbye.
Thank you.